We obviously have to answer it in two different ways. So first of all, from the retailer's perspective, the one thing is that retailers are amazing at retailing, but retail media is actually about thinking like a media business. But so when you think like a media business, it's a different requirement to the role of what retail is really about. You're in the media business, or you're selling business, you're selling media. Have to provide return on investment to your suppliers. You have to have a media sales team. You have to compete with other media channels as well. So the first big mindset change is recognize you're in the media business. However, on the brand side, there's another kind of change of mind and a mindset change required. So first of all, brands are used to operating in individual silos, and these individual silos work very well. However, retail media is a bit of brand marketing, is a bit of performance marketing, is a bit of digital marketing, is a bit of shopper marketing. And it's the fact that we operate in silos causes the requirement for new ways of working, new ways of integrating, and new ways of communicating amongst the brand, amongst the marketing teams. So they're the two big shifts, and they're the most important shifts. Key thing within retail media is that all the talk is about first-party data. However, data is probably the wrong word. Data is just kind of units, ones and zeros. It's just numbers. It's not necessarily something that can be actioned on. So the transition for the retailers is to put in both technology and people who can actually take those individual pieces of data and turn them into information and then insights. And from that, then we can create actions. However, that requires an understanding of the technology to put this data into shape for it can be used, and then also from a certain other level is that the data has to be the insights have to be set up so that we can access them. That you can use different sort of models for that, but we're so used to using spreadsheets and graphs, whereas there's a new way of thinking about that, which is we can use the world of AI and chat to actually interrogate the data and get access to that data much better. So we need to kind of think the whole thing through, stop thinking about data, think about insights, and turn it to insights that can be actionable through easy access. So many markets are at different phases of maturity. Some of the biggest markets people look to are the US and the UK, but I always say they're not actually ideal role models because of a much larger penetration of digital commerce in those markets. Also, the structure and makeup of retail is quite different. So I think Poland should do what works for Poland. And that starts with thinking of the world and thinking of retail media through the lens of the in-store screens and working back from there. Sure, there's plenty of businesses with decent amounts of on-site and online businesses, but think it through the lens of how you can monetize your in-store screens through creating great amounts of advertising units that can be bought by your suppliers, but also giving them return on investment and the data they need to go and make further investments. Now, the thing is, maturity can happen very fast in retail media. Markets that were laggards a couple of years ago then can become first or amongst the best in the world, and this is one of the opportunities for Poland. They haven't had to kind of build on legacy systems that are coming from ground zero. So I suggest that opportunity is for Poland to be super innovative in retail media and to actually do what Poland is very good at, very entrepreneurial, very creative, and very innovative. The opportunity is there, and I suggest they grab it now.